AITA for telling my biological sisters I don't want to meet our bio parents? I, 30F, am a Chinese woman who was adopted from mainland China when I was a baby and grew up in the UK. I grew curious of my roots and if I had any family out there, so I took a 23andMe test. I found 4 full sisters through this test. I'm the oldest. My sisters are 29, 28, 24, and 20. The 3 middle sisters are in America and the youngest is in Germany. We have kept in contact via the internet and have even met in person twice before COVID started. I have 2 brothers I grew up with who are my parents' biological sons, and as far as I'm concerned they and my parents are my true family, but I have grown close to my biological sisters as we understand each other a lot. What my parents know of my birth story is that I was found in an alleyway in a box. My sisters were found relatively the same way from what they know, though they were left outside of buildings in public areas, so I'm a bit more bitter than they are about how we were abandoned, as I was left out of the way where I could have been missed. We recently got contacted by a new family member found by the test, an 18-year-old full brother who lives in France with our bio parents. Apparently they moved there later in life. My biological sisters are excited by this and eager to meet them. They want the 5 of us to fly out together to meet our brother and family. I've told them I won't stop then, but I have no interest in meeting the couple who clearly kept trying to have a boy and abandoned 5 daughters we know of, reminding them there could be more we don't know about who haven't used 23andMe. They feel I'm being unreasonable in this and I should at least go to meet our brother. I'm fine meeting him one day, but not with them there, and he and I have been exchanging emails for now. I know they want the 5 of us to go out as a united front in this, and me not wanting to go is disheartening for them, but I honestly feel bitter in regards to this whole situation. Update. After some pushing from my bio sisters over getting in contact with our bio parents as well, I don't want to fly out to meet them with my sisters, they still want to talk to me. I finally consented to having a Zoom call with our bio parents as that was the most I could handle. I'll be honest, it was like a punch in the gut. I look so much like our bio mother it was a little startling. So I found out some answers to some important questions. Firstly, why were we abandoned? As many of you can guess, it was to do with the one-child policy. They wanted a son, but there was additional internal pressure to this. My paternal grandparents had told them if they kept a daughter they would be cut off and not have a penny of the family money. It's why I was abandoned so differently from my sisters. It was my paternal grandmother who took me out to abandon. My bio parents always assumed that I had died with how she left me, so they took over the abandonment of my sisters, which is why they were left in better places. Was there any other children? Yes, one. A boy who would be 22 right now. Had everything went to plan. They had been going to keep him, but apparently something was wrong about him. I don't know what, and they didn't expand on that, but apparently my paternal grandfather forced them to give him up as he was ashamed. Why did they move to France? After our youngest brother was born, they finally gained financial independence from my paternal grandparents and were able to move. They were the ones that asked their son to take the test, hoping to find their other children. Where does this leave us? They were so happy to talk to me and kept going on about how they now had most of their children back and could have it all. I cut them off there and told them they didn't have us back. I expressed sympathy for what they had been put through by my paternal grandparents, but pointed out they chose money over me and over all of us, and how they could have chosen to simply keep me or any of the others and make their own way in life, but they hadn't. I thanked them for the call but told them I had a family already and had no further interest in speaking with them. That I'd continue to be in contact with my bio brother, but this was all they'd get. They tried to beg me to stay on the call, but I left, and I admit I had a little bit of a sob afterwards. My adoptive brothers ended up taking me out to drink afterwards, and the 3 of us got hammered while I vented and cried some, but it helped work through things a lot. So thanks everyone. I just figured you all deserved an update. Update 2. Hello everyone. I never expected to return to this throwaway, but here I am. A little refresher, myself and my 4 biological sisters were abandoned due to the one-child policy and found each other later in life, as well as our biological parents and a younger brother. Due to the way I was abandoned, I had no interest in getting to know them, but I agreed to a single Zoom call to get some answers. It has came to my attention my youngest bio sister, who is 22 and lives in Germany, has been in regular contact with our bio parents after the initial meeting, and they offered her quite a bit of comfort after her long-term boyfriend cheated on her and that relationship fell apart. She has now revealed to us that she plans to go to Guangzhou in the near future to meet a man who our bio parents wish her to meet, as he is supposedly the son of their friend, and our bio parents are apparently paying for this entire trip for her. Our sisters are a bit hesitant about this, but no one wants to tell her it's a stupid idea, as they feel she's a grown woman and it's up to her. I tried to express concern, but she would not hear it, sold on the dreamy idea of meeting a handsome man from the country of our birth. I am worried about her and how badly this can go wrong. I also have my doubts about the validity of this situation, as something seems incredibly off about it. So I reached out to her adoptive grandparents to let them know her plans and my concerns about this whole situation. They were horrified by this, as they had no idea, and their immediate concerns was that this was a potentially dangerous situation, and they assured me they would handle this. She has since reached out demanding to know why I got in contact with her grandparents, as it was not my place and she can make these decisions for herself. I told her that she may want to wear rose-tinted glasses when it comes to our biological parents, but I'm not going to let her fly across the world to a likely dangerous situation to meet a man she's never even spoken to before, which she told me if he was a creep she'd at least get a free holiday out of it. We ended up arguing quite a bit over this, with some heated words being exchanged. Our bio sisters have told me I shouldn't have went behind her back like that, and if it was a mistake she needed to learn from it herself, but I worry she may not have had the chance to learn from it if it was a mistake. Meanwhile, my adoptive brothers have expressed relief I'm not that much of an idiot, or else they'd have locked me in my room until that idea left my head. I do think they needed her plans for her own safety if nothing else, but maybe I'm an asshole and could have handled it better? Was I wrong to go behind her back like this?